In this video, we will be discussing more effective link building methods. We're going to start by talking about online publicity. This is where you can submit a press release about your website or business. You could do a Google search for submit press release free to find a variety of websites that you could come up for and that you could be found in. Consider paid press release submission sites like PR Web. They can actually maximize your exposure in a big way. Another one that's about a fraction of the cost of PR Web is called PR Underground, and it's actually got a really good track record. It's about $40 per press release, and it actually does sometimes get your site listed in the Google News and other high authority places that do get mass shares with them. So if you can't afford PR Web, you may want to look at PR Underground. It doesn't mean you want to do a pile of press releases, but it does make sense on occasion to do a really good press release to highlight maybe key content that you have, maybe a speaking engagement. It's a good way to leverage if you're doing doing a big project in your community, like maybe hosting a free event or something like that. That would be a great reason to do a press release to generate some online PR for yourself. The press release should cover a couple things: who the press release is about, what is the purpose of the press release, when is the event or did the event take place, why is this important, why should people be reading this press release, why is this big news for your industry, why was this a big event for the community, and then how can people find your site or get involved in what you have to offer or to check out your resource if that's what you're doing the press release on. Those are the types of things. So the basic principles of journalism: who, what, when, why, how, and where is another key one too. Where is it taking place? Where can they find your website? The how part also works. How can they find your site? Don't forget the link in your press release. So you could write a very well crafted, really good press release, and you could look at prweb.com, you could look at PR Underground, see examples of press releases that people have submitted online, or if you do the Google search for submit press release free and you find all those free press release submission sites, look at other examples of the press releases that are out there, and you could kind of model using what they've done. But don't forget the link to your website within the press release. It works great for gaining exposure, especially that local exposure if you're a local business and you do a press release with your keywords in the title of it. And it's also a great method to generate additional mentions and exposure for your business in a big way. And the reason I mention the mentions part and the social mentions is because that plays right into the SEO strategy. Google actually looks for, especially local SEO, they're going to look for citations or places that your business comes up. And so if you can do a press release by submitting it using the submit press release free, finding websites you could submit to using PR Underground, it's going to increase the mentions of your site. This works for any kind of website that you have out there. It's just going to really enhance your exposure. Competition research. This is where you can find link building opportunities directly from your competition. You want to look for your main keywords and make a list of your top competitors for your chosen keywords on the first 2 pages of the search engines. So that could be the Bing search engine or, most importantly, the Google search engine, because they get the majority of the traffic. So what you want to do again is look for your main keywords that you're trying to rank for. That could be golf training aids, that could be golf supplies, it could be dog grooming supplies, whatever the case is that you're selling, whatever products or services you are offering, make money online, whatever it is that you want to rank for, the target keyword that you're trying to get, you want to make a list of the top 20 websites within that niche, especially the top 10. Put the URLs into a tool to analyze the inbound links. Tool that you could use for this, there's one out there called Open Site Explorer. You could just do a Google search to come across that. It's put out by Moz, which used to be known again as SEO Moz. Moz.com/research tools/OSE. Now, if this link has changed, you could just do a Google search for Open Site Explorer or tools similar to Open Site Explorer to come across it. Majestic Site Explorer, that's found at majesticseo.com/reports/sites site-explorer. You can also use this tool to find out trust rank for sites you link to or want to get a link from. And this would be a high value resource that you may want to eventually invest more into. I know some of these offer like a free version, and then the paid version really opens it up. You really may want to consider, if you're really serious about your link building and finding out where your competition is getting backlinks from, to leverage these tools. So it's simply going out to the search engines and finding, on your favorite search engine, what your competition is, who are the websites, who's your competition, analyzing what they're doing with their on-page SEO for one. That's just kind of a side note. So you could actually see ways that you could pick apart what they're doing, analyze what they're doing right, so that you could also duplicate that on your on-page SEO, and then also analyze where they're getting backlinks from. Because obviously, where they're getting backlinks from is helping them. So you could only try to get links from those sources because they're getting links from places that you may want to also get links from. And on top of that, there also may open up additional link building opportunities or types of websites that you hadn't thought to use to get links from. So doing competition research is huge. Plugging them into these tools, they will actually analyze and tell you what backlinks these sites are getting, which backlinks they have obtained, and then you could go through these for each website. So you might have hundreds of link building opportunities right under your fingertips by just using this method of potential quality links that you could obtain. And on top of that, especially Majestic SEO, they'll tell you like the trust rank, so you know, is this site an authority site? Is this site worth linking out to or getting a link from? Those types of things as well. So here's a kind of a picture of what Majestic SEO looks like. You just type in your competition. So here's an example if you were in the golf niche and your competition, one of them on the first page was perfectgolfswingreview.net. And so you want to look at the trust flow there, and then they'll tell you there's 2,343 external backlinks going in. And then if you had the upgraded version, then you could actually get insight into what those links are. They'll actually share some of them with you. So you can notice here that some of the links they're getting are like blog comment links. For example, on Bleacher Report, that was one link that they had there. And then if you scroll down, there's a link on like a Blogspot blog, one on swingguru.com, which is another golf article. WikiHow, that's actually a big link, so that's a link that maybe you could consider getting a backlink from, seeing how you could actually get yourself on WikiHow because it's a high authority website. AustralianSeniorGolfer.com.au. Maybe you could provide a resource to them. Maybe you could provide another kind of resource to that website because that's obviously a golfing website that is an authority site. Homeward.com. This one is looks like it's kind of a golf related website, so you could actually potentially get a backlink on this site as well. So this is a great tool that you can use. Now again, this is just the free version of Majestic SEO. They'll just show you like I think the top 10, so you don't have the full tool at your disposal, but once you invest in it, you could actually get access to hundreds or possibly thousands of potential link opportunities, and you could go out to these sites and figure out, hey, this could be a site that I could also create a high value resource on, and then you're doing the same stuff your competition's doing, and that's eventually going to help you because you're obtaining those quality backlinks the right way. Here's what the Open Site Explorer tool from Moz looks like. If you go in and let's say your competition is called GolfLink, and they're going to show you their domain authority, their page authority, and it's also going to display some possible places that you could get a backlink from. So here's one that's actually like a local link, Philly Burbs, and they have a link to their site through their golf directory. So maybe you could get a link from a local directory. That'll give you some ideas of places you could go to get links as well. Notice back there as well, one thing on that last one, they also had a link from Hartford City, Indiana as well, so on a Wikipedia link, and it is a no follow link, but they are actually showing on Wikipedia, which is huge for authority because it's a high traffic website. Even though it's a no follow link, Google is still very well aware of it. If Open Site Explorer knows that they're on Wikipedia, I guarantee you that Google also knows that as well. Now this one again will encourage you to sign up and become a pro member so you can get more information. And golflink.com is one of the larger golf sites out there, but it would give you a good indication of some possible sites that you could go, some possible authority golf websites like GolfLink that you could actually get a link to if you were in the golfing niche market. So competition research is huge. Link building method number 7, this is where you're helping others, providing useful content and adding value on industry forums, message boards, and in the blog comments. You're going to get recognized as an authority on these websites. It will potentially create linking opportunities with website and with those on these sites. And so if you're there constantly helping people out on your industry forums and you're providing them resources, you're providing them help, you're giving them real honest advice. Again, this is one of those methods that takes time, but they may recognize you. The person that owns the forum, he may say, "Hey, look, check out this person's website. He knows what he's talking about." It will establish you as the authority within the place where people are hanging out. And that's a great opportunity to have a bio page if it's like a forum, or have a signature page, those types of things. Research where your industry is hanging out and see if you can provide value in those areas. Another link building method is websites which actually mention you, your business, or you may be mentioned on websites already. You don't know. Now, if you're brand new, this link building method won't be applicable. But if you've been around for a while and there's a chance somebody may have done a review on you that you didn't know about, or they have talked about your products or your services and you weren't aware of it, conduct a search for sites which mention your website, your brand, or your personal name. Contact these website owners to see if they'd be willing to include a link to your site. You'll be amazed at how many potential link building opportunities may be out there already if you just do this one step, this one simple step. You could even offer them a favorite resource from your site that they could also include for their audience that they could link to. And that's where it comes into the value of having a high quality resource handy so that you can obtain these backlinks. It's also a very simple method to pick up backlinks. It's kind of like that low hanging fruit that's sitting there for you. Blog commenting is another link building method. It's still a viable way to get links from authoritative sites related to your niche market. It's not like it used to be where you go out there and just spam as many blogs as you can, but it's a great spot to build relationships. Just like when we talked about the helping strategy mentioned earlier, you post quality and helpful advice to those commenting, and if they are asking for advice, you could give them the advice right back. Or you could actually provide value, build a relationship and a rapport with the blog owner, because they're going to be likely to approve further comments that you make, especially if you are somebody that's there that's a positive influence on the blog community within the commenting area. They may contact you later for more help or ways that you could assist them. It will build you up again as the authority if you're doing blog commenting correctly, and it's a great spot again to locate where people in your niche market are hanging out. Find blogs in your niche by doing searches. You could do a search for like golf and blog, do a search for dog training and your blog. Whatever niche market you're in, again, do that search. Golf blog, golf blogs. So try the plural form and the non plural form. Link building method number 10, local backlinks. Contact local websites about getting listed in their resource section, even if you are trying to reach an international audience. This does not apply if you only have a brick and mortar business. This works great for brick and mortar businesses. By all means, do this as well. But if you have a website that's reaching an international audience or an e-commerce site that maybe reaches all the states in the United States, and you're not geographically located to just people in a certain city, it would be make sense for you on the city that you're located in to contact local websites about getting listed in their resource section. City name plus recommended resources would be a good idea. So do a search for the city name plus recommended resources. If your city name is Louisville, do Louisville or Louisville, Kentucky, recommended resources in quotes. And what the quotes do is that's an exact match search. And so that's going to pull up websites with that city name, especially when you add the plus sign. So people that have actually done searches for websites that are Louisville based in Louisville, and the recommended resources are on their website, then those sites will show up. And so you could see if you could be listed as a recommended resource. Suggested resources, useful resources, recommended sites, suggested sites. Create content for local websites as well. Find websites for people locally. You could do a list of local Wi-Fi spots in a certain area, and then you could maybe get a link back on your website. Even if it's not 100% related to your content, if it's high value content, somebody may want to link to it locally. And especially if you're in a smaller community, it's going to be a lot easier to get some links from local people. Do a list of local golf courses. Do a list of local restaurants. Now it depends on your niche. If I am in, for example, if you're in the computer internet niche, a list of Wi-Fi hotspots might be a good source. Or if I'm in the golfing niche, a list of local golf courses and rating them from top 1 to top 10 or whatever. The top 10 list or top 5 local golf courses, top 5 local restaurants, calendar of sporting events, must do activities in your area. Local government sites, schools, libraries, and colleges are great resources that you could also link to or talk about or try and get a link from. Local sponsorship links. So this would be where you look for sponsorship opportunities locally that could then lead to backlinks. So places where you could sponsor a company or sponsor a certain event and get backlinks from those. City name plus the in quotes thank you to our sponsors. What that does is that's going to actually bring up sponsors, people that actually have a sponsorship page, and what that'll do, the thank you to our sponsors part, will only bring up websites with that search phrase on it along with that city name. And finally, here I want to share with you a kind of an insider secret here, but additional link building advice can be found through a gentleman named Eric Ward. He is by far one of the best and foremost experts on link building. And just because I mentioned this, I'm not getting paid anything, I'm not affiliated with him, but I will say, as a matter of fact, Eric Ward is by far one of the top link building experts, and he has a service. It's called Link Moses, I believe. But you could just look up Eric Ward link building and probably come across his website. He has been at this for many years, and he is knows how to get backlinks, knows how to get links the right way, the correct way. He's been at this since when Google started, and he still has stood the test of time, is backlinking throughout all the updates. And so he's going to give you some of the best additional link building advice, and he's also going to give you some additional sources if you sign up for his monthly service. But this one, his name's Eric Ward. This would be a good book to get. It's going to give you even more link building ideas than the ones I even mentioned here. So these top 10 methods, they should definitely keep you busy. If you need more, you could go to him as another resource. Now in the next video, we're going to talk about the importance of social media marketing.